It's been called an epidemic from some of the top officials in the country, but how do we stop our kids from texting and driving?
There are apps and scholarships and ad campaigns directed toward it, but none of those things seem to really work. Call for Action investigator Ryan Kruger shows us several ways that you can get your teenager to put down the phone.
It was the biggest game of the year when Ida Baker squared off against South Fort Myers 2 weeks ago. Like always, Jessica Coniglio, co-captain of the cheerleading squad, was on the sideline. But we're talking to her about a different competition.
I had to send in an essay about kind of like texting and driving.
Coniglio was a finalist for a scholarship through DoSomething.org. Her cause is to end texting while driving among her peers. These are the pictures she submitted, which now hang in the halls of Ida Baker High School. For her, it's a personal fight that started because of a friend.
I got hit by a car, and the person was texting and driving.
After talking to Jessica, we started wondering, how do parents get their teenagers to be as proactive to end texting and driving? So we asked her mother.
When stories come out on things that are happening in statistics, you really need to sit down and you need to show your kids what's going on.
There's another mother who has the same advice. Kristen Murphy's daughter, Chelsea, was killed 2 years ago by a driver who was texting. She was one of 3,000 people killed in 2010 by distracted drivers.
If it's word of mouth, I don't think you can convince one unless they had the tragedy happen to them or know somebody.
Murphy spoke this week at the Distracted Driving Summit in Tampa, which brought together federal, state, and local authorities to brainstorm ways to end texting and driving. The keynote speaker was the U.S. Transportation Secretary, Rayla Hood, who says it starts with personal responsibility.
We do it by telling stories that can have an impact on people.
Or by showing them the impact in person. Last month, representatives from AT&T took their It Can Wait simulator to Fort Myers High. Teenagers like Daniel Lutarwich tried and failed to send a text while driving.
It's just more of an eye-opener than ever.
You can play the simulator yourself online. You can also watch heartbreaking videos and learn some shocking statistics that might just convince your kid to put the phone down. And if those don't work, there's an app for that.
You touch it to turn it on, you touch it to turn it off. This tells the other person at the other end, okay, this is why they're not replying to me.
AT&T offers DriveWise for free. There are hundreds of similar apps available, some free, others at a cost. The technology is relatively new and will no doubt improve with time. We asked Jennifer Coniglio to test some of them, but she wasn't impressed just yet.
To make them turn on this app before they get in the car, when they're rushing out the door, they're just not always going to remember that.
We shouldn't need technology. We should just do it.
That was Ryan Kruger reporting. 38 states currently have distracted driving legislation on the books, but Florida is one of the 12 that doesn't. The bill in the State House is stalled and was never brought for a vote. And we have all the links that we talked about in that story on our website for you right now, quicknews.com.